Today, we are entering your desired reality together. Today, we're entering the state of the wish fulfilled, this version of you that you want to be, which comes with new circumstances. Automatically, we are going to enter that version of you, that new reality together right now, without any woo-woo, without any exhausting methods that you need to follow for an extremely long amount of time. No, we're doing this together directly right now in this video. So with that, let's just dive right in. And first of all, I want to give you some reminders, okay, some fundamental principles, and then we're diving directly into the approach. What do you need to do? What do you need to do to shift in the wish fulfilled where your desire is quote unquote no longer alive? Because in the wish fulfilled, the desire is no longer alive. Also, when you would have the manifestation, your desire would be away because you then have it. But you first need to have it within. So we are going to talk about right now how we can shift into the wish fulfilled. So watch this video so that you can start to do it today. I don't want you to perpetuate that and project that into the future. Yeah, I can shift tomorrow. Yeah, I can create my desired reality next week. No, let's just do it right now. Right? I want to get you out of this comfort zone of just watching videos. Let's make it practical. Let's do it together as a community right now in this video. So first, fundamental principle that you need to have in the back of your mind always is that creation is finished. Every possible state exists now. Right? You can't create a state. You can't create something. You can only align with something that already is. So that's why you can imagine everything. You can imagine right now being in Germany. That's where I live. Or can't you? You can imagine something that implies you're in Germany or that you're back from a Germany visit and your friend congratulates you on that. You can hear your best friend congratulating you on anything. Right? So everything exists, every potential, every opportunity, right? Every reality, every identity exists, but they will remain mere possibilities if we don't fuse with them. That is, of course, where we have to consciously then give our attention to the state that we want to see expressed. But that is the first principle, right? Creation is finished. Within you, every state exists now. Not in the future, not in the past, now. You have access to every potential state and you can dwell internally on every state, but we, of course, not very often do that deliberately and consciously because we are so objective focused and entangled in our circumstances. Yet it is still possible, and we will do this together right now. So meaning, if creation is finished, your desire already does exist. Otherwise, how could you desire for it, right? So what you desire is just a state which is currently unoccupied, but it is in existence already. The second principle is that consciousness, your inner reality, what you are conscious of in the present moment, that this is the only reality. You are where you dwell within in your internal reality. So for that to make sense, let's just say you are right now sitting in your living room, you're right now sitting in your kitchen, you're right now sitting in your car listening to this. That is where you're right now with your senses. But would you right now detach from your senses and bring your awareness to a vacation, to being in your friend's house, to hearing a friend's voice, to bring your awareness somewhere else, then you are where you are within in that moment. Whatever you're conscious of in that moment, that is your reality, right? So consciousness, I am, your inner world, wherever you are there, that is where you are. The outside is a delayed mirror, okay? So your inner world is where you are. If in your inner world you're in lack, then that is where you will also be on the outside. If in your inner world you are in abundance, then that is also what the outside will reflect back. But the outside is the mirror. The inside, where you dwell in consciousness, that is where you really are. Okay, where your inner man, your inner woman, your inner self, where that is dwelling, that is constituting also where you are going to dwell on the outside. Imagining creates reality. So what does that mean? Well, that means that where we place ourselves within is also what we call reality, how that will look like. Right? So placing your awareness on your desired state leads to the manifestation of that portion of creation. We know that creation is finished, so we know that we're currently experiencing one portion of creation, but there are infinite more portions of creation, and if we start to become aware, aka imagine, placing our attention on a new portion of creation, the version of us that already has achieved the goal, then that will also become visible to us. Right? That's why Neville said, imagining creates reality, what we call reality. Right? We call this reality, but actually reality is within. And that's just like a confirmation or a mirror of that inner reality. But what I mean by that is that imagining what you imagine to be true will also become your external experience. Right? Assumptions harden into fact. It's basically one with that. Right? You assume a state and externalizes your state, your self-concept externalizes in your circumstances. Right? So what you believe to be true about yourself, what you dwell within, is reflected. These are some reminders. I'm sure you know about this stuff. But now let's continue with making it practical. Now that we know this, now that you know, okay, my state exists, every state exists within me, I can align with it and shift into it right now. And I have a desire right now. So what can I do to be in my wish fulfilled? I watch all of these videos. I know about all of these contents, but what is it eventually I can do right now practically to satisfy my hunger, to be in the wish fulfilled so that my life can, externalize that unseen assumption, right? So that my life can externalize that new state. Let's talk about this right now. So I want to ask yourself a couple of questions right now. Please listen carefully. Are you still desiring? Are you still waiting for your desire? Are you still hoping that it's going to happen? Are you still looking for opportunities that hopefully happen, which will lead you closer to your desire? Are you still worried about the how? How will it manifest? What will happen in the bridge? Are you still unsure which actions to take to move towards your desire? If you ask yourself any of those questions right now, that means that right now you're not in the wish fulfilled. Because if you're still desiring, you can't desire when you are something. If you're still waiting, you can't wait for something that you already have. If you're still hoping, you can't hope for something that has already happened. If you're still looking for opportunities and for signs, that will no longer happen. That is no longer possible when you already received it. If you're still worried about the how will it manifest, you still think that it hasn't happened yet, that it's not done yet. If you're still unsure about which actions to take, you still see your desire as separate and something that must happen in the future that hasn't happened yet. Right? That is why if you answered yes to any of those questions, then that means that right now you are not in the wish fulfilled. So my main question, and I have the feeling, for some reason I just have the feeling that most people will say no. Okay, but we're going to change that right now. But my question is, have you entered your desired state today? Have you invested 5 to 15 minutes to actually sit down, calm your mind, and presently, consciously, intentionally, deliberately dwell in your wish fulfilled? Imagine it as done. Imagine a scene that implies it is done. Having this inner self-talk, like, I remember when I desired this. I remember when I wanted this. Now it's my life. Have you consciously let the desire die? Right? Have you died to your desire by now becoming one with it? Have you done that today? And that is what most people don't do, right? That is what I want to do today with you right now in this video, or after this video is done. Because now I want you to listen carefully, and then you should ask yourself, hey, have I actually shifted my state today? And if not, then why not? Why are you not doing it after this video? Or you pause it and you do it right now. Why are you not doing it? Why do you perpetuate the desire and, still keep desiring, keep waiting, keep hoping, keep looking for opportunities? You keep being worried about the how and which actions to potentially take. When you ask yourself one of those questions, the best thing to do is enter again your state of the wish fulfilled, because that is where you will see that as a result, automatically those questions will fall away. You cannot ask yourself any of those questions, or you cannot answer yes to any of those questions in the moment where you experience that your desire is done. So if you haven't entered your desire state today, let's do it, right? Because the best investment is to consciously enter your desired state. That is the best investment ever. No YouTube video, no podcast, no coaching program, whatever, is such a powerful investment than in the here now, dwelling in your wish fulfilled. Of course, a program, a community can help you do that, and more persistently, absolutely. But eventually also then you can also buy programs and more coaching and all of that. But if you don't enter your wish fulfilled, you are not investing in yourself. So you are in this world. This is a reminder as well. You are in this world, this 3D experience world, to make experiences. This is all about consciousness expanding and expressing itself through you, right? Your desires are your higher selves knock on the door to make those experiences. You don't have your desires accidentally or coincidentally, right? We all have, some of the desires are similar, right? For partnership, for money, for health, but they're also very unique desires. I want to live in that city. I want to be that author. I want to be that well-known actress. I want to be that business owner having this external store or whatever it is, right? So those are desires that are relevant for you. That's why you have them, because they want to be expressed through you. That's why they come to the surface, and you rationally then say, oh yeah, I desire this, I desire this. And then try to, in the purest way possible, be in the wish fulfilled of that desire within, and then the outside world will confirm it. So your internal state and reality is mirrored in your outside world. We talked about this always, right? Now, you don't need discipline, because dwelling in your desired state is joy. So you might think that when I asked you earlier, hey, have you dwelt in the wish fulfilled already today? You maybe think, it's a lot of discipline. You have connected shifting into your desired state with hard work, with effort, with pressure. And therefore you feel exhausted because there is something wrong in your approach. But actually, going in your desired state is joy. Because what is there better to now, if your wish would now be fulfilled? Nothing. That's awesome. That's pleasure. That's joy. And you can experience that your wish is fulfilled right now inside of you through your imagination, by hearing your best friend congratulate you over and over again till you will feel it's real, it just happened, and you get this relief, this knowing that it already is done, which you might have to repeat if you fall out of that state, which is okay. Right? But you don't need discipline, because dwelling in your desired state is joy. Dwelling in your desired state is no effort when you know that your desired state is here and now present in you, and you can go back in it, dwell back in it, whenever the desire is overwhelmingly high. So external persistency might come from a new state, because a lot of people say it's all about, external persistency, and if I want to build a better body, then I need to externally persist and go to the gym. I would more say that external persistency is a result of you first also being in the new state of like a fit person, and then that new state will make you persist and also do external actions maybe again and again and again. But actually, for manifestation, you don't need discipline, right? Because it would need discipline to stay in a state you dislike. Everything screams at you and tells you, hey, be in your desired state. That's why you get triggered again and again. Everything is telling you, hey, be in your desired state, but you don't do it. You just don't shift into the wish fulfilled. That's actually discipline. That's the exhaustion. But would you surrender yourself? I also have videos on my channel about surrender. If you surrender to the wish fulfilled, like it would be the only option, you are now who you want to be. You now have what you previously desire. It's joy, it's relief, it's calmness. So what it needs to manifest is courage, it's boldness. It's no longer accepting what is and going within and aligning yourself to that level where your wish is accomplished, which if you need help with that, you want the framework, you want my accountability, my coaching for your unique individual situation, and you want a community, a movement, where we not only make sure that you manifest your goals, but where you also come into a movement to make the world a better place, then click the second link in the video description. Check out what I prepared for you, and if that resonates, then join and check it out. Right? But you need to have courage. Your desires need to be important for you. You need to see yourself as being worthy to also experience them, and you are worthy. Everybody is worthy because of who you are. Right? Unworthiness is just it's just a thought. It's just something you identified with, a belief you identified with, because your nature is awareness, including every state, because every state is in you. Why would you not be worthy of expressing your desire? So be bold and claim it. Occupy it within. Don't settle for less. Don't conclude that just because there isn't a movement, okay, it's final. Yeah, I'm stuck. No, don't declare circumstances so quickly as final. Don't take your cue from them. You remain within in the wish-fulfilled state, but not to expect something to happen in the future, but because now it is a relief, now it is a joy to experience that your wish is fulfilled through your imagination. And I want to round this up and conclude this with a quote from Neville, where he said, "I simply ignore all effects of life, all that reason dictates, all that my senses dictate, and I dare to assume that I am the man or woman that I want to be." Right? You dare to assume. It's not just, I don't know if I can assume this. No, you have to dare to assume. That's why I said you need to have courage and boldness, like Neville said. So I no longer want to be it. I am it. Do you see what I mean? That is exactly what I just told you earlier with those questions. Are you still desiring? Are you still trying to make it happen? If you shift into the wish fulfilled, you will no longer want it. You are it then. I am it. You are then identified with that version of you that has achieved the goal internally. Although the external circumstances might have not caught up yet. But if you remain in that state, in that new mental image, it must externalize eventually. But of course, what happens to most people is they then overlook those teachings, they forget it, and they get entangled back in the stream of life, in their circumstances, because they don't have a community. They don't have a system. They don't have a safety net. That's why I'm advocating so much that you join our community, because I've seen over the years that that's the biggest thing. I've had people who joined, manifested amazing things, then they stop being online or active or joining calls and engaging with the community or reading posts, whatever. And then after 6 months, they came back and then they cried that they're stuck again, or that, something undesired has happened and they don't know what to do now. They've overlooked all of the teachings that they previously have understood and applied, right? So I walk in the assumption that I am it. Then I command, by that assumption, the whole vast world to obey my will, right? The world is at your command. The world is giving you what you first gave yourself within. So why don't you just, right now that we reach the end of this video, close YouTube, because no matter how much more manifestation videos you're going to watch right now, it will come back to the same point. You need to shift within, right? If you, again, feel alone on this journey to shift within, if you don't know how to start, you want to learn the fundamentals so that you make sure that you not only shift within, but you stay in the new reality. That's another thing. We can shift once and feel relief, but then if we fall back into the old state, which might have a certain momentum, we continue to get triggered. So what you need to do to stay in that new state, gaining self-awareness, understanding those principles on an even deeper level, click the second link in the description, check out what I prepared. If it resonates, if I resonate with you, right? I don't want to convince anyone. I don't want to have anyone in there. I want to have the people in there that resonate with those messages and that resonate with the higher vision of Upgrade Your Life, which is, changing the world, making the world a better place. So if that is you and you want to apply that and you want to be part of that movement, of that community, then check it out. And I look forward to speaking to you in the next one. And again, right now, close your eyes after this video is done and imagine something that implies that your wish is fulfilled. Something that would only happen if your wish is fulfilled. That congratulation of your best friend telling you, wow, how have you done that? He would only say that in the context of, for example, your relationship journey, your relationship desire, whatever it is, when you've achieved it. So listen to that friend imaginatively. Let him tell you whichever sentence he would say if you have achieved your goal. Right? And there are plenty of other methods, plenty of other tools, but now dwell within, find an access way. This video is not about techniques, but find one of those methods. I remember when, imagining the scene, giving thanks for being it now, in the here and now. Now be the new version of you, without any excuse. Thank you for watching, guys. I speak to you in the next one. Bye.